Welcome to the Lovability Podcast. My name is Jennifer Stiers, and I'm here to talk love, relationships, sex, marriage, and everything in between. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lovability Show. Sorry about that. I was on my phone. I was trying to share the show on my personal page so everybody could comment. But we are here. I'm going to keep my phone with me so I can see. Let me turn my volume down here, guys. Good to see you guys joining. So I'm going to start saying hello. Kristen, hello. And as you guys get on, please say hello so I know you're watching. Thank you for being here. Oh my God, it's been a couple months since I've even been here on the show, and I'm here with a special guest today. Nicole Kohler is here. And Nicole and I are friends. So she and I have the most amazing conversations about relationships, and she has this wisdom, this natural wisdom, and I love it because she's out there doing this. She's been out there dating since her divorce and has told me stories that have blown my mind. But I think you guys will find her commentary interesting and very introspective. The way she sees things is amazing and different than me, and I think it adds so much to the conversation. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And so, today I want to talk about dating and how everything has changed so much, because it is changing so much. I think Absolutely. One of the biggest things that I've seen, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I should say, is watching over the past year. So I built an app, and I've been watching the way people interact on it. And it's such an interesting thing because it's been fun to watch people match on it. And that's cool because I'm not doing it. But the real lesson for me in all of this, Nicole, was watching the way people interacted on it. So people have been on apps forever, right? Decades have been on these dating apps. Mm-hmm. The first thing I noticed was this PTSD that people have. Mm-hmm. So they come on with an attitude. So let's just say they don't know how to get to this screen, or they don't know, they're confused about something on the app. That's the first thing I know is they started coming at us, like attacking us, like, why is this not this way? And what's this? And it was like, hold on, like, okay, we're a new app. Well, yeah, we'll figure this out. It's just beta right now. Yes. So, but that whole thing of being, already seasoned, we're not, they were, and also watching the way people interacted on the app, which we'll talk about a little bit. I call it dating app PTSD because what's happened is people are coming over from other apps. They're mad, they're angry, they have expectations that things aren't going to work out, that people are going to ghost them, that people are going to, that they're not real profiles. I know somebody even on my Facebook had said you were fake. She did a video and somebody's like, she's fake. And I'm like, she could not be more real. I mean, look at her. She's real. I'm real. So, but he wasn't on our app. Mm-hmm. That was just the world we live in, and the environment, the emotional environment of these dating apps have caused people this hostility. They hate dating apps.
I think there's fatigue in the dating apps. I think that people, myself included, come into the dating apps triggered. Mm-hmm. So I'm divorced for 7 years, and I took about 5 years to heal from my divorce, which I think is super important. And then when I was on the traditional dating apps, I mean, we are just not, as a single community, treating each other well and with respect. And so I think a lot of people come on, I can only talk from my background, being ghosted all the time, being stood up on dates, fake profiles being treated with disrespect. And I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of things to be said for just the way that we treat each other. So I think when people come in, I think their hearts are in the right place, and I generally do think they're good people, but I think they come in triggered. Like it's been bad, and people are coming in guns blazing instead of just like taking a step back and saying, I'm just starting this, I haven't met this person
Yeah, I'm
yet.
excited. This is new.
I'm
Yeah.
excited, but it's hard. It's hard when you and I have talked about. So in 2.5 years, I have gone out with 58 different men.
Wow.
Mostly 1 and 2 dates, a few other there. I think you and I discussed, I was stood up 12 times.
Astounding.
12 times. I think men that were married, it was probably about 15 men that were married that were on the traditional online dating apps. And then there was 2 or 3 gentlemen where I showed up at the restaurant and was just standing in the bar, and they just looked at me and they said no. And they walked
look
out.
at her. Who would do that to
Yes.
her, right?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
absolutely nuts.
Yes. So it's not okay for us to treat each other that way. You and I have spent a lot of time talking about this, and I think it's because the traditional dating apps have become a commodity. We are not something that you are buying on Amazon. And we are all different. Maybe someone doesn't know how to write a profile as well as someone else. I am not naturally photogenic. My pictures maybe do not look like how I look. And instead of just saying, give someone a chance.
Yeah, you're prettier than in your pictures.
Thank
but
you.
yes.
Thank
yeah.
you. I think if we would just give each other a chance, because there's also someone else looking at us, and I don't want to be judged the way I wouldn't look at someone else. I am not perfect. I'm not super photogenic. I have flaws and I'm human, but I just want someone to give me a chance, like have 1 or 2 conversations with me.
Yeah.
And I even think when you first start going out on dates, and I have spoken about this a lot, it's really hard on the first date. I think sometimes like I would walk away thinking, if I don't nail it and it's a 10 on the first date, I'm probably not going to hear from that person again.
How sad.
That's sad.
I mean, the pressure of a first date like that is that astounds me, because the whole purpose of a first date is to get to know somebody.
Absolutely.
It's just to get to know them and learn about them. And it's not, there should be no expectation at all as to what it is. I mean, the best first dates, and I can say this as a matchmaker and somebody that's done this a long time, my best first dates are people that go on the first date and they say, you know what? We had a great time. I'm not sure if I'm attracted. I'm not sure if they're my type, but we had a really good time. We had great conversation. We laughed, and we're going to go on a second date.
Yes.
And those are my relationships that lead to marriage. Those are my long-term relationships that people might still be in. So people get the overrated, superficial chemistry thing is crazy, guys. It's absolutely nuts. I think, though, that the online dating culture, it's a culture.
Yes.
And so what it did is it caused people to be superficial, number
Yes.
one. So you got a zillion profiles. Doesn't matter if that didn't work out. I've got 10 more, 100 more emails, whatever, especially for really good-looking people. It also, this culture of immediacy,
Yes.
right? People going in with expectations,
Yes.
which they should. You all should have an expectation that somebody's going to communicate with you. If they start communicating with you, they're going to continue. If they ask you to go out, they should set up a date.
Yes.
But I think the other piece of it is all these fake pictures too. I mean, there is this whole culture of fake pictures. And I know people that do this online, and I don't know what apps they're using. I don't know if they take a picture and the app puts makeup on them, or if they do it themselves.
Right.
But I think one of the sad things I've seen with women
Yes.
is that they use these apps to make themselves prettier, and then the guy comes to meet them, or skinnier, and then the guy comes to meet them and they're not who they said they were.
Well, and you're starting with a lie, right? So
Yes.
for all of us, like the person is going to see you.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be better if it was the opposite and someone said, oh my gosh, like you're prettier, like your picture. Wouldn't that be the better way?
That's the way to go.
Right. So women, let's just be honest, are using filters a lot of time. Gentlemen are using pictures from when they're older. Someone told them, in high school
Younger,
or college,
yeah.
that they, looked a certain way. We are going to see each other in person. And I think where in all of that is someone's character.
Well, immediately you let them down.
Yes.
That's the thing that people don't understand, because I always get the dating feedback, is people, the guys or the girls, it doesn't matter, either one. The first emotion you feel when you see them isn't, oh my God, they're hot, or oh my gosh, they're beautiful, or they're sexy, or they're cute. The first emotion is, oh my gosh, they don't look anything like they said they would. They're uglier.
It's a lie.
Yeah. Their hair doesn't look like that. Their makeup doesn't look, their face doesn't look like that. Some guy said, this is funny. He said, I was fat fished.
Right.
So instead of catfish, that's funny.
Yes.
But she was fatter than
Right.
than the picture.
Right.
So it's like just that whole, but it's a culture of, and here's something really
Yes.
crazy, I think. I found this out when we started doing my app last year, when we started that app last year. So last year's app was different. And we had an AI woman on the app. She was
Yes.
so pretty. And we called her the matchmaker. But the only reason she was there is because the AI picture we had 2 days before we launched, my attorneys went to trademark the picture and then realized it was a free pic.
Okay.
So
Can't do
they
that.
ended up getting my picture and put it running. The only reason I agreed is because they're going to run it through AI. Girl, I got these AI pictures. I mean, they one of these apps that put clothes on you and I was like, oh my God, I need to go to a plastic surgeon because the pictures were beautiful. The clothes, the makeup, the hair. I looked, there was nothing that wasn't perfect about my face.
Right.
But I think what is happening for so many of these people now, so many of these women are using these fake apps on their photographs. You don't look like that. And there's a mental something that's happening.
Yes.
They can't see that other people looking at these pictures going, that's foolish, when they think they look like that. So now they look in the mirror and they start thinking they look like that, and you don't look like that.
Yes, they're using the pictures on social media. You do not look like that. No one thinks you look like that, but you see it reinforced over and over again. So you start to believe you look at that like that. So I would say that's for the ladies.
Yeah.
And for the gentlemen, I would say, when you're using older pictures, and I would say probably a lot of gentlemen do this, and I know a lot of women do, that are 10, 15 years old, you don't look like that anymore. So let's just be realistic. And specifically, right, I'm a rule follower, but when your app specifically said use recent pictures. Recent pictures is not 10 years ago.
Yeah. You know, beyond the apps, because there's all this crap with the apps. I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah, it's garbage.
The interesting thing that's happening that I, really want to talk about is the fact that the apps are going away. The dating apps are going away. They've known for a couple years now that nobody really wants that swipe thing anymore. And they've tried to get away from the swipe mentality, but they're making a lot of money on upgrades and things like that. So they haven't wanted to do that. So they've tried other ways to reinvent and get your money. But that's also hardened people. So they're like, okay, wait, I can't chat with them. I have to pay for this. I have to upgrade for this. And it's become relentlessly annoying. And so people are getting off. The younger people are going to TikTok, YouTube. The older people are like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, but I want to find somebody, but it's near impossible, right? Where do I go? How do I do this? And I didn't realize this. So I just come into the app environment this year, and I come in and I'm watching all of this happen. I'm like, look, I don't want to jump on a sinking ship here, right? I mean, I'm seeing this happening.
Going down, like it's not.
And it's not, our app's different, but the thing is nothing can be that, well, not anything, but no app like that can be that different that somebody is not going to come in still with the PTSD and all of that stuff. So it's been a really big lesson for me, but I get why you guys want off. I get why you guys want off. And I think the smart people do. I think the good people do, because they're emotionally drained. They've been mentally, and I'm saying this word and it's a big word, but it's appropriate. You've been mentally abused on these apps. Because these women, when these people don't show up, because this is what happens, sorry guys, but when the guys don't show up, these women have gotten ready and they show up all excited about their date, and the men don't show up and leave them sitting at the bar by themselves or at a hostess stand, it's horrifying for them. And the women think it's them. It is.
It's traumatizing. And I think if you think about our conversation that we're even having right now, the focus is on looks. It's on looks. And so you and I have talked about, like, there's so much just from the dating apps. For myself personally, it was an enormous amount of time texting and swiping with not many results. And so you're paying and then they want you to pay more and you're swiping and you're not even having a good conversation with someone, and it's become a commodity.
Yes.
Like you're buying something. And
Yes.
you said we've become a people that want instant. So in all of our conversations right now, whether we're talking about the gentlemen or we're talking about the ladies, we're very much focusing on pictures and photographs. Where's the person's character?
Right.
So for me, I'm looking for a certain type of man. I'm looking for a man who has a heart for God. I'm looking for a man who is thoughtful. I'm looking for a man who is kind. I'm looking for
How
a
do you
man
find
who's
that on an app?
responsible.
Yeah.
When I meet a gentleman like that, he becomes more attractive to me. It was very hard for me on the traditional dating apps. I'm not a look at a photo person and say he's for me. I was just like, pick. I was just randomly picking. I need to get to know somebody and talk to them. And then I'm like, they're a nice person. And then the next conversation, you know what, I think they're cute. And then before you know it, I'm like, wow, they're hot. I don't start from a place of.
Right.
But I think as a society, we have started from a place of, is he hot? Is she hot?
Right.
And what are we really looking for?
Right. Yeah, no, it really is who the person is.
Yeah.
And Brent said, someone looking at you and walking out has a screw loose.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'll keep, I'm going to watch the conversation. But you know what it's done though, is it has all of this miscommunication has widened the gap between men and women.
Yes.
It has all of the superficiality and lack of actual communication,
Yes.
connection with somebody, and we're trying to do it online, we're trying to do it over text, we're not doing it, we're ghosting because we can. All of this online stuff has caused men and women to look at each other differently.
Yes.
And we are seeing changes in our society in the way men and women are showing up. This is huge, people, because women have become more independent.
Yes.
Women have become more financially independent.
Yes.
Women have become stronger over the years and more outspoken. Maybe it is social media that gave them a voice that they never had before, or whatever the reason is. Maybe it's getting an advanced education, which statistically more women are getting more advanced educations than men. And so we have this gap, this thing happening where men and women are not communicating anymore, and they don't get each other anymore. And women go, I want a man to lead, and men go, I am leading. And she's like, no, you're not. What is that? What does this even mean? Or we talk about courting.
Yes.
And so many people don't even know what that means anymore. And then there's the assumption. So I've been interested watching a lot of the men coaches, or call themselves coaches because they have no background in psychology at all, talking about why women are not communicating back with men, or why women are not wanting to go out with men, why women are choosing not to go on a second date or even a first date with guys. And it's like, oh, they're anxious attached and blah blah blah. Guys, you're getting this stuff all wrong when we're assuming stuff like this. Yes. I think the real bottom line is just being a student of human nature and been watching this for so long, because it's amazing to me to watch what's actually happening and seeing the dynamics. What's actually happening is women are stepping up. Women are getting good jobs. Women are getting educated. And they're also not willing to take crap anymore. And that shows up in lots of different ways. It shows up as bitter women, because there are those too. And so we do have a lot of bitter women that aren't going to take a man coming in half-assed to do his job, right? And that's okay. You don't have to take that, ladies. There's nice ways to do that, and respectful ways to do that. But we have that happening, and then we have men that don't know how to lead at all anymore because they've gotten lazy.
I would say lazy daters. So if
Lazy
I would
daters.
say just basic dating, what I'm looking for in a gentleman, and something that impresses me with a man is, does he communicate? Does he set the date? Does he say, this is where we're going, this is what time we should be there? And not 15 minutes before the date happens. Right, or 20 minutes. A day before, 2 days before, does he confirm where the date?
And a woman shouldn't have to text a man
saying,
to
where
say,
are we
where are we go? Are we going out still?
Right.
I mean, for God's sakes, guys, why can't you communicate?
Communicate, and that's leading, right? Are you leading? Is it last minute? Do I know the details? Do I know where we're going?
Right.
Are you at the restaurant? Are you waiting for me? Do you pull out my chair? Just what I would call basic etiquette. And there's not a lot of that out there. And the men that do it, I will say, one gentleman that I have met recently is very much that, and it stands out far and above.
Yeah.
Because there are not a lot of men that do that.
It's so surprising. You know, I have to say I'm shocked as a woman that I was raised that way. I will stand back, Nicole, and I will let a man open the door.
Yes.
But I will walk up to the door the same time a man will, and he will stand there and wait for me to open it.
Yes.
He will just, I mean, it's,
Yes.
I am speechless,
Yes.
mind blown that this is actually happening. Guys, this is why there's a natural yin and yang that happens when you step up and you're a gentleman. If that's not there, then the woman will step up and do it for you.
Yes.
And so if you wonder why you're meeting women that are doing it for you or won't let you, it's because you're not standing in all of your manhood. And I think we need that back. And I'm just making a broad prediction here because I am going to make a broad prediction. I think it's going to come back.
Absolutely.
I do. I think it's going to come back because we've gotten to a point now where we are not, men and women aren't communicating anymore. No. We don't even want to go on dates. I just posted about it today.
Yes.
People don't want to go on dates. I hear more conversation and get more feedback, and more people are talking about staying single. They want to stay single because they don't want the mess, the noise, the chaos, the
hassle,
all that stuff of a relationship. And I get it. I'm just going to tell you guys that I get it, because it is a huge commitment to get to know somebody. Right. That means you have to, when you start getting to know somebody, you have to eliminate other options. Yes. You have to focus on somebody. Yes. If you don't have the time and energy to do that, don't date.
You shouldn't be dating.
Don't date.
Don't date.
But when we have 8,000 options or so perceived options online, people are not focused. It's like it's dating ADD, right? They're not focused at all. So what we really need to do is we really need a reset. We need an absolute reset. Do I think people are going to ever go back to dating apps? No, I do not think so, because what we've missed over the past, really the last decade, and COVID changed so many things.
Absolutely.
5 years ago, can't believe it's been 5 years. 5 years ago, COVID came, isolated people, and changed people. It just did. Absolutely. And what has shaken up out of it is a great thing, because what has shaken up is it's led people to, first of all, they didn't want to get back into dating. They still don't. We're still not in a place yet where people are meeting out. They're doing things with groups. They're getting out anymore. We're not there yet, but we're getting there, because that's what people want. That's where they're going. They just want a no stress environment to meet people, connect. Right. And guess what? It's the only way something's going to happen. You can't predict whether you're going to have chemistry, connection with anybody unless you meet them in person. So that either means go on a date with them. You have to put forth effort. Yep, put forth effort. Go out where you're actually meeting people. Yes. Or have something structured where, like a matchmaker, or events that are structured to where you're going to meet like-minded people that are intentional. Hard to find,
Absolutely.
Right?
So I think that, and I think something that you and I have talked about too, my experience on, not Europe, but the traditional dating apps, is I think there's also a lot of people on there that probably shouldn't be on there. Like, what percentage, and I don't have numbers, are gentlemen and women that are married. Right. They don't belong on there. Right. And also, I think it's very important, if you've come out of either a relationship that isn't good or a marriage, that you've done the work. The answer isn't just to jump right into another relationship. And then for both men and women, do you know what you're looking for? So you may have a list, I'm just going to hypothetically, of 15 characteristics that you're looking for. Everybody's looking for perfect. Perfect does not exist. I am not perfect. And so everybody's in search of something that they're never going to get. Right. So what are the top 2 or 3 things and characteristics? And if you meet somebody, like you're saying, and you have 1 or 2 conversations, give that relationship a chance. There's no room, especially in the traditional dating apps, where you go out on a date, maybe 1 or 2 dates, you meet a gentleman or a lady, you have a great conversation, and then you go home and you go, yeah, but. And then before you know it, 5 years of your life is gone and you still haven't met anybody. Hey, you know what? And that was the other thing I've watched. So many things have been so amazingly clear to me starting this app and doing parties and things. But perfectly good women served up to men
that take no action. Men will even say, yes, I want to go out with you, but never set up the date. And I'll say, why didn't you ever set up the date?
Right.
Oh, I was just too busy. I had too much going on. Lazy. You are 100% lazy. Guys, if you want to, if you want to know the number one reason why you are not having success in your dating life, it's because you are relationally lazy. You may have great friendships, you may have a very active social life, but you are relationally lazy.
And then you really shouldn't be participating, because then the people that are trying to meet somebody,
Yes.
there's all these other people that are there,
Yeah.
and it's not okay. Let the people connect that want to connect.
Right.
And if you have not made space in your life to carve out, because you have to make space to spend time with someone,
Right.
then it's not the right time for you, and that's not okay.
Right. So a couple comments here. I have Stan says, sounds like you're putting everything on the man.
No.
I'm not putting everything on the man. And maybe we just haven't gotten to the women piece of it yet. And I will. So thank you for saying that, because there is the man's part in the date and in the leadership of a relationship. Yes, but women have gotten super lazy too. Lazy. And I say that because they don't answer texts. They don't respond. If they don't want to go out with the guy again, instead of telling him, look, I had a good time, I just don't think we have this in common, or there's enough commonalities. They're not, the women are ghosting too. The women are doing it too. There's no excuse for a grown person to not be able to respond to somebody,
Absolutely.
right? There's no reason. Right. So that in itself is crazy. And you know what? Women, Stan, I'm about to jump on the women here for a second, but I will say women have become more of the perpetrator in relationship demise than men. So men lose it on the leadership part, not even starting it. But then once it gets going, who's the one messing it up? Usually women. Over expectations, that men aren't this, they didn't do this right, they didn't text me enough, they didn't that thing does it. Women having anxious like, oh, well, he's not going to do this, or I didn't hear from him for 2 days, so he's dating other women, which is the expectation, but the anxiety that goes along with that.
And I can share a little bit about that also, Jennifer, if you want. There was a time recently, where Jennifer knows this, where I was teaching some women's studies. We'll just call it, I mentored a lot of women. And so just so we're being even, we just didn't get to the women yet. I would say what I found in the women that I was mentoring, and it was a couple hundred women over a few years, is I would say to them, are you the person you're looking for looking for? So they would say, I don't understand. And I'd say, what are you looking for in a gentleman? And they would have 15 characteristics. And then I said, okay, let's work on ourselves. Right. You're looking for somebody that is really in shape. Are you in shape? You're looking for somebody that is financially stable. Are you financially stable?
Right.
You're looking for somebody who is serving God and volunteering. Are you doing that? So I can't focus on if God's going to bring me someone else. I can't control that, right? I can do my part though. And so like people attract like people. Right. So I think a lot of women, their list is so long and they're looking for something that's perfect. I am not perfect.
Yes.
And I have areas to improve on all the time.
Such great points.
If I'm looking for a certain type of gentleman, am I that woman? Because he's also looking for somebody like that. And I do think a lot of women have just maybe not healed, is the word I've used, from different types of relationships. And I do have a heart for that and a heart for women. But that gentleman is not the gentleman that you were with before or dating before, an ex-husband or an ex-boyfriend. And so if you're finding that you're getting triggered very quickly and easily, then there's some healing that needs to happen, and you shouldn't be dating. And just calm down and you just have met each other. But I do think women can be very quick with the trigger to say, he didn't do this, I'm out. He didn't do this, I'm out. Instead of just sometimes give it some breath.
But again, it's, I think too, it is, number one, things aren't what they used to be.
Yes.
You know, if we were dating and communicating the way we used to in person, a lot of those things would go away. But we're digitally connected to people now, and so it's a lot different. But it is, again, though, all of these things, like somebody did this to me, somebody cheated on me. You know, I had a woman that was afraid to show up to one of the dates on my app. She'd never met the guy, and I was like, why are you having this anxiety? Well, because men stood me up. People stood me up and left me here, and I got all ready and they never showed up. And she's having anxiety about something this guy that she's never met might do. And that's not his responsibility to, I mean, now he shows up, let's just say the date happened, which I don't even know if it did, but the date happens, he shows up and she's already made him into a villain. And
Yes.
they've never even met because she already said he wasn't going to show up. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, what that does for your energy when you show up thinking that a guy's a player or he's a jerk or he's dating all these other women, or guys, you show up thinking she's going to be some, sex kitten or whatever her fake picture showed. And, and you got this expectation that you're going to, oh my God. And by the way, guys, these guys, this is what they're doing now too. Like inviting you over for a first date for a glass of wine or a bottle of wine. Are you kidding me? Any woman that would do that, this is what they're getting away with on the dating apps though. Any woman that would go to a man she doesn't know's house to have alcohol or even water at someone's house before you've ever gone on a date with them or know who they are and have done a background check, you're crazy. Absolutely madly insane. But the guys that are expecting that, oh my God.
No.
Oh my God, I know.
And that's not dating. Let's be adults, right? That's not dating. That's someone that's looking for a hookup. So we're adults. So let's
100%.
just be.
So Jeff says, love has become so freaking complicated. Past traumas play the biggest part. Women and men both have relationship scars. It's all about finding the one that is committed and doesn't expect perfection. Real loving relationships are built, not found.
Right.
100%.
And healing.
And yes,
And healing.
Heal first,
Heal.
and then take your time because having that expectation. And, the dating app set it up that way kind of from the beginning. There's like this first date, the pressure on this first date, versus if you and your girlfriend went out to dinner and there's a group of guys sitting next to you and all of a sudden you start talking and meeting and there's a connection. Those are the best things ever.
Absolutely.
There's no expectation. There's just this genuine rapport that happens. We've got to get back to that. We have to get back to that because the other way's not working. We've gone so far in the direction of digital and technology that should be a compliment. Like if we did that on the side of our active social life that we have, that's the problem is people don't have active social lives.
They don't have active social lives, and we've just, for myself, I'm a Christian. For everyone who knows, and we are so far removed from how God, wired us to be. He wired us for connection.
Right.
He did not wire us to be having authentic relationships and meaningful relationships over technology. Technology is amazing. We're using technology right now, but it is not to replace human connection. And if we think about it, for Christians, and I'm speaking to Christians right now, I would just pause and really think about men and women in a different light.
Right.
We have an enemy, and he has us so busy pointing the finger at each other.
Yeah.
And we are not each other's enemy. Men and women are not the enemy of each other. We need to be working together and just be kinder to each other. And like you said, I really think it's a big deal taking time to heal.
Yeah, and we are going to let's talk about the big picture.
Yeah.
So I threw out a statistic yesterday on one of my videos, and for those people that didn't get a chance to watch it, here's the statistic, and it's real. By 2030, which is 5 years from now, actually 4.5, 4.5 years from now, almost 50% of the women between the ages of 24 and 48 will be single, never married, or single. Actually, I think it was single. No, it was never married, and no children.
So
never married and no children.
What does that say about us as human beings?
It's insane. And you know what? It's not our fault. It's really not, because the things that were designed, these dating apps, to bring us together have actually brought us further apart and have widened the misunderstanding. I'm literally going to cry because it's made us where we don't get each other anymore. We're in different worlds. It's widened the gap so much that nobody even wants to do it anymore. It's too much work.
They don't want to try.
Yeah, and it's not going to get us anywhere. We're all guilty of it, because I know when I got out of my last relationship, I remember thinking, oh my God, this is not that there was anything wrong with him, but it was like, God, this is so peaceful to not have to make plans. Now, granted, I have a busy job, and building an app and everything. It was comforting for me. There was this break that I'd never had in my life of not being married or in a relationship, where it was like, wow, this is lovely to not have that piece of my life, that to answer to somebody, and I know that's the wrong word to say, but just to be able to do my thing and to have my peace and to have my time and not to have to worry about that. But we're getting way too comfortable in that. And we do need each other. You know, Adam and Eve, you know, they didn't need a matchmaker, but they had the biggest one in the world, right?
God designed us to be together.
Yeah, and but he designed us for each other, and we do need each other. And I think the hard thing is finding the right person. And here we are. So here we are. We're in this place where everybody's bitter, everybody's disjointed, everybody's
giving up.
They're giving up. Yeah, they have the energy of giving up. And there's a disconnection between men and women. And we have to find a way to meet each other again without the expectation of love or dating. And that just means relaxed connections without any expectation of anything, but hopeful for something. It's like I said today on my post, it's like people want to leave a window cracked and then expect like this, you know, amazing person is going to slither themselves through this little tiny opening. No, we've got to give. And ladies, you're the worst perpetrator. Sorry of that.
You have to be open.
Yeah, you have to be open. And these men try to come in and you're not open. Your defenses are so up, and I get why, but defenses are so up that you aren't letting them in. You're not emotionally letting them in.
Can I share something, Jen? Is that
yeah,
okay?
Of course.
Absolutely. So I think for myself, so I'll speak, you know, to myself personally, I think it's hard, but you have a decision to make, and I try every day to make this decision. I was previously married. I said I've gone out with several men. I made a decision. Whatever someone has done to me, that isn't the next person that I'm going to meet, and I'm not going to sit in a place of all men are bad, all men are evil, all men are going to hurt me, because where does that leave me in my life as a person? So whether it's either men I interact with at work or interact with at school or even just in a friend group. So I do not think all men are bad. Absolutely do not think all men are bad. I think there's a lot of good men out there. I don't think all women are bad. But I think if we let our brain go there, we really have to catch ourselves. And if we're in that place, then we just need to do some examination and we need to do some work. Because I think if you get to that place, and you will go through the rest of your life, and I know several older people, you and I have talked about this, that are more like in their 80s, and they get stuck in a place of bitterness. And this happens to women a lot, and they live the rest of their life bitter. And then wondering why they never met someone. I know,
it's amazing because, again, witnessing, watching, women that are in their 50s and 60s they've been getting out of marriage, maybe they're divorced, maybe they're widowed, and they are more alive, they're taking really good care of themselves, they're active, not all of them, but there's a lot that are really taking care of themselves. I watch a lot of men, guys, I'm sorry to say this, but I do watch a lot of men slide. They think they look good. They may have put on 30 pounds, but they still want the supermodel that is in shape. Like when you said about the women, like look in the mirror, you know, you attract what you are, equally yoked. You can't have an expectation for something that you're not. And I think men have to take that look. But what I was going to say is, as men get in their mid 60s, and then go into their 70s. They you guys start getting really disconnected. It's like they give up. And I don't know what the mindset is, but I tend to see the difference where women are on fire in their late 60s, men are giving up. And so there is that gap too. So we're working against certain natural things, I think, in society. And I can only imagine a poor guy that's, you know, let's say he's been single for 20 years and he's now 65. He's exhausted at this point. He's like, I'm done with the fake this and the fake that and the this and the that, and I'm just going to have a good time. And I get that, guys. But there's so many good women looking for good men. And if you're a good man that has given up, you're missing out on the good women because they're still looking. They're still actively looking. And, you know, I think lastly, when we start talking about age, it reminds me of the fact that way too many of you look in the wrong age group too. So I can't tell you the amount of people I've seen on my app, that men and women alike, both of you, and it's usually a 50 something plus. It's not 40s and 30s because they're really open, but you get these people 50 plus, 55 plus really. I don't know if it's midlife crisis or what, but I hear, I look better than my age. All my friends tell me I look like I'm 40,
Okay.
even though I'm
age.
60. No, you may look 59, but you're 60,
Yes.
and so you should be looking within 5 years. And I do think men, sorry guys,
Yes.
I do this for a living. Men tend to slow down in their 70s. They're not typically as active. Some of you guys are. I know some super active guys in their 70s that are running laps around people in their 30s. But majority of men tend to be slowing down a little bit, or is not as active. But that doesn't mean, ladies, that you can't drive some life back into a man. He just maybe hasn't had anybody to do these things with, So I feel like we need to open that back up as well. So,
and also the age gap. Can we talk?
Yeah,
can we talk
of
about
course.
that? And more the age gap, I think, in just as terms of expectations. So I was actually having this conversation with a gentleman last night, and I said, I like Jennifer's app. I said, I am not able to select by height. And I said, that doesn't bother me. I don't care if someone is 5'2",
right,
or shorter than me, and they treat me well, and they are a good person and of good character. But I will say, men focus on age. And a lot of times, and you know this even with your app, I don't even get a lot of dates or even get a lot of people because they hear my age first and they're like, no, she's not. They want, 10 years younger, 15 years younger, 20 years younger. And so I think they focus a lot on age. Somebody could be one day younger than them, but they're like, she's young, but not young enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your thoughts are around that.
Yeah, no, that's the thing I'm saying is you're missing out. I can't tell you the amount of men and women I have said on the app, like, you're missing out. Like, where are all the men? Well, because you're 55 and a 45-year-old doesn't want to date you. He can still date 25-year-olds. Like, really think through this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And guys, when you're in your mid 50s or mid 60s and you still want to date women that are 50 and below, or I had a guy I had a guy at my launch party. I'm not saying his name, so it's okay. 68 years old, and said, I still don't have a date on the app. And there's hundreds of people on the app, and I still don't have a date. I'm like, why? You're tall, you're good looking, you're
he's looking
68.
for 30.
Oh yeah, because I say, well, what age group? What vicinity? Oh yeah, 50 miles or 100 miles. What age group are you looking in? 35 and below.
No.
Yeah, bye, sir. Our conversation's over. You were looking in the wrong age group. You're 68 years old.
Yes.
5 years difference max. I don't even want to get in that conversation, because you start thinking you're 68. You have a 30-year-old. When you're 80 and she's 40, come on.
And she's and I will just say from my experience in the beginning, when gentlemen started asking me out, it was a lot of 75, 77, and I was looking at them like, this is so inappropriate.
Right.
Like, and there's nothing in common, and in a couple of, then it seemed inappropriate. And in a couple of years, and then men find themselves later on in life.
Oh yeah.
And then the second wife leaves. She's not going to, your age difference is too wide.
Right.
Yeah. And again, getting back to superficial and just all about looks.
Yeah.
And can it happen? Yes, absolutely. I know people.
That's okay. We want chemistry. We want to be attracted to our person. That matters.
Absolutely.
But what matters most is who the person is inside. What are our commonalities? What are our values? What are those things that bind us and keep us together long term? Much more important. So I don't want to. I do want to talk about the fact that we are in this place and it's all messed up. It's all so discombobulated. It is a hot mess.
It's a hot mess.
But what I did, because it's about solutions, right? So launched this app last year, or this year, sorry, it was this year, January. Feels like last year. How is it already almost June? But I decided that we needed something different. Like, here I am jumping on this app sinking ship. And even though I know my app is different, nobody wants to be on an app anymore. They're heading off. If you saw Matches and Tinders and Hinge and Bumble, you saw their numbers. They're all like,
they're sinking.
Oh my God, we got to reinvent. How do we reinvent something where we can get people to stay on and then keep them on for life and keep tagging them with additional features that they have to pay for, because that's all they want is your money.
And do you really think, let's just look at the results. Let's just look at this with the business lens that you and I have talked about. Do you really think that they care about people meeting and getting connected?
No.
Do you really think that's what they care about, or just the revenue?
It is a revenue stream for them, and it has worked and they don't know how to reinvent it. They don't, because they don't really know relationships. They just know technology.
Yes.
So, so I have a huge announcement, and I'm so excited about this.
By God's hand.
I'm going to tell you why I'm excited. So when I launched my company in 2013, I wanted to be an event company. All I wanted to do was put on events, bring people together. And you've been to my events.
Yes.
The events are great. I love doing them. People love coming. People love getting together with like-minded people, especially when you have a good audience.
Yes.
And so I was able to incorporate this into the app and make it the main focus. So we still have our matchmaking app, and you can still use our matchmaking app. But what we're using our app for now is to book events. So
Praise God.
I know.
Praise God.
I know.
Praise God.
I'm so excited. So
Yes.
I'm booking these events now. I'm booking these happy hours. I'm booking movie night, by the way, next
Yes.
Wednesday. Anybody that wants to go see Mission Impossible, we have a movie night already set up. But think about it this way. It's people getting together. It's not dates. It's not a first date. It's not all this pressure. We're getting together. We're going to have fun. We're going to meet like-minded people, men, women, make new friends. It is about connection at this point,
Yes.
and then see what happens. But we're going to be doing matchmaking dinners. So those will be curated with 3 men, 3 women, or however that
Beautiful.
works. So we'll have things like that. I have my own version of speed dating coming. But we're going to start doing Top Golf, golfing outages, concerts. I have so many relationships with businesses and restaurants and things in this city and everywhere really, where we're going to start doing this, setting up events everywhere for people to come together, gather, and get to know each other. And
Socially.
And
connect.
Again,
And
we're going to
connect.
connect again.
Yes.
I think number one, the first thing it's going to do is get people connecting again and
Yes.
get people out.
Yes.
People are hungry and lonely for attention and people and conversation.
And you get together, and it's like anything else. What do they say? You have to do it 10 times before it becomes a habit. Like when you first start going to the gym, you're like, this is awful. And then you hit it, and you're like, this is amazing.
Love
And then
that.
if you miss, going to the gym, you're like, no, I really need to go to the gym. And I think we've just, as a people, gotten lazy and relied on technology instead of God wired us for interaction with people.
What people are doing now is they can't find somebody, so they don't want to be on the apps, and they don't want to go to clubs, and they don't want to sit and look like who's interested, and nobody wants to deal with that pressure. So we start bringing events, putting groups events together, and we are going to start finding connections. Because I can tell you something, when I put events on, people always meet at my events. People always end up dating for my events. Always. I used to do these retreats, which we will do vacations too. We will do singles vacations, but when we used to do those, my people would leave my retreats and vacations with massive connections with people that they're 3 months into dating already because they spent so much time getting to know each other and all of that. So we'll do things like that too. I have always wanted to do this. I was always going to incorporate it into the app. I just put it on fast dial. I have amazing developers that put it in. So anybody that's on the Lovability app, you will see there's an event tab and there's a whole list of events. We only have 2 right now that are active because I'm getting locations and all of that together right now for the rest. But we are going to have probably by the end of June 10 good events in there.
That's amazing.
So you're going to have lots of things to choose from. There are event apps. They're not curated events like this. These are.
So excited.
And I'm super excited.
I'm so excited for you.
I cannot be more excited about launching something because I know this is not about my app. This is about saving dating. Saving
Relationships.
love. Saving love.
Saving love and saving relationships.
Yeah, because we are on the demise with relationships.
Yes.
We need to just start getting back together, connecting, and see what happens.
We do not want love and connections to be extinct. And I think what you're doing, if we want something different, we have to do something different. So do I know people, very few, that have met on the traditional dating apps? Yes. But it's not working for most people. And I would just, I'm going to speak to the ladies now because I'm a lady. When you're going to Jennifer's events, I would just say, just go with an open heart that you're meeting a group of people. I think there's just been too much pressure with the dating apps. And I'll say, probably even myself in the beginning, when I had a huge learning curve, you don't go to one event and meet your husband, right? That's not how things work. And you never know. And I just started saying, okay, God, I'm just going to meet somebody and I'm just going to go from a place of curiosity.
Right.
Let me just find out about they're a person, they're a life, they've had experiences.
Yep.
Let me just learn about them. Maybe they're not my person. Maybe I know someone else. Maybe we have a connection somehow. But just for us to connect as human beings and as
100%.
men and women and just go from a place of curiosity. You never know who you might meet and what that might lead to.
You never know who you might meet. And you know what? Here's something. So I just had Tiffany Nolan, who's darling, I've known her forever, came on, and she's so excited about the events. But she said we could have a gym day. So she's a personal trainer. I'm going to tell you something that's coming, and I'm gonna like seal out the secret. But I'm going to pretty soon, as the events take off, I'm going to let you guys get on and start creating your own events.
Perfect.
So if you say you're going out for coffee in the morning and you're going to Mojo's Coffee and you want some friends to meet you, you're going to be allowed to go on the app and create a group where you can invite people for that. I want this to be everybody's app. I want this to be everybody's place where they can create things. Like if Tiffany wants to have 5 people in her gym in the morning or wants to personal train some people
Walk in a park.
or do a party, a little happy hour at the gym and do a little workout, invite 5 people to come for a training session, I want her to do that because those are the kind of spontaneous things, pop-up events, which I call love-ups. Those are the kind of spontaneous things that we're going to add into here where you guys can meet authentically, and it won't always have to be curated events for me. You guys may have something you want to do or a place you want to go and have people meet you. Plus, I think, I hear too many people say, so it's Friday night, what's everybody doing? Like, where's everybody going? So I'm free and I just got done with work early. Let me pop on the app and see where people are going tonight.
And maybe go to the movies together with a group of people instead of sitting home by yourself watching Netflix.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you something. I'm waiting to go see Mission Impossible with the group next week. So if you guys want to get on the app, you do have to sign up. I will be posting a promo code, so anybody, you get a month free, or maybe it's 2 months free, I'm not sure. But I'm going to be posting a promo code. Get on the app, and you can register right now for the movie night, and you can register right now for the happy hour that's in June. And then there'll be more coming over the next 2 weeks. Watch out, because I've already made all the connections.
That's perfect.
We're starting to get dates together, which is what I'm waiting for, is the location and dates. I'm going to have them north and south. As we expand to different cities like Houston and Austin, we'll have some there too. But get on why it's happening, because we want to redefine what connection looks like right now.
Absolutely.
We need to redefine it. So
Exciting.
I'm super excited.
It's very exciting. I would just say, everyone, just give it a chance.
Yeah.
Right. Do something different.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions, anybody? Definitely let me know. If you didn't, Tiffany's all excited about her Love Up event at the gym.
Yeah,
but yeah, I know some of you. I mean, some of you have little things that you like to do. I have a girlfriend that loves to golf, and she belongs to the PGA. Belongs to the PGA. We will be doing events over the summer at the PGA. They have concerts out there. I know it's pretty far, but the people in Dallas to go out to the PGA course in Frisco, it's beautiful. There's an ice house out there with an indoor-outdoor bar during football season.
Fun out there.
Oh my God, with the TV sets out there, what a great time to invite 30 people, 50 people, 100 people out to watch a football game, right? I can't wait for football season. But college football, that is.
College
football.
Go SMU.
Yeah.
Pony up.
You guys had a good year last year.
Up.
Yeah, you have a reason to be excited. But yeah, so jump on the app, Loveability app. It still looks the same, but like I said, you'll see we're event based now. You still have the matchmaking if you want to do it. And here's my hope. People get on, they start doing events, and then they see somebody pop up on their matchmaking and go, they look really neat. I think I'm going to reach out to them.
Absolutely.
And we start doing a lot of connection in all different ways, because that's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
So anyway, hey guys, let's bridge the gap back. Let's let the past be the past, and give up your apps. Put them in your trash bin on your phone, and recover from dating burnout. It's not even fatigue anymore. It was fatigue 5 years ago. It is burnout now. So delete them and turn the page, turn a corner.
Do something different.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited to bring this to you.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
I wish everybody the best.
Nicole, thank
Yes.
you for joining me.
Thank you. It's been wonderful.
Isn't
Thank
she
you,
amazing?
everyone,
She
for
was
having me.
so fun.
And I wanted to say a blessing to everyone that's going to be going to your events. I'm so grateful. Give it a chance. You're going to meet, maybe a new girlfriend, maybe just meet a new guy friend. You never know what might happen. And I absolutely believe that connections are going to happen. And God wired us for connection.
He did. He definitely did.
So let's do something different. And I know people are going to meet wonderful people.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You have such a
You
good
have a
heart.
good heart for people, Jennifer.
We did.
You said it at the same time.
We love each other.
You
Okay.
have a good heart for people.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It's so glad to be back. I will be back more regularly now. So I've been doing a lot of work on the app, but we are here. And I hope to see some of you at events soon. So I'm going to be attending some of the local ones, not all of them, but some of the local ones as well.
good.
So hope to see you soon. Love you. Have a good day. This is Jennifer. Thanks for listening today, and please subscribe to the podcast. Each show, we're going to have new topics and information. If you'd like to find out more about coaching or matchmaking, please go to my website at lovejen.com, or you can find me on my Facebook page, my personal page at Jennifer Stiers.